Hey, how's everybody doing? This is JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing and Paint Correction here in beautiful Terra Verde / St. Pete, Florida. This is part 4 of the Necky Kayak restoration. Not exactly sure what the title of this will be in the end, but it'll probably be something along that line. And I do want to tell you, if you're jumping in at part 4, I will reverse order as I upload into YouTube. And you can hit autoplay on your settings and then start at part 1 if you'd like, and be on the autoplay, sit back, get yourself a beverage, and catch up. And you'll be here back at part 4 before you know it. Probably about, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. Anyway, as a pickup for where we left off on part 3, the Kayak has now been at the paint booth for, I believe, a week and a half. It's having an adhesive primer applied to it, which is a plastic specific primer, and then being shot in its original clear color. We took one of the hatches off, and the underside was just a nice bright beautiful yellow. So we went ahead and gone that route with it. And when I say me, I'm of course JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing, so I'm just doing the kind of the hands-on work, the ordering, the procurement, the yeah, I've got my hands full. I'm 26 and a half hours in at this point, just to give you a reference point. Now that is a number of hours with research and being on the computer. I'm at 6.5 hours just getting the order together, doing research, talking with Tom from topkayaker.net. Tom has been indispensable help to me. I'm going to flip the phone around here and kind of catch you up with where I'm at, just because I'm about to move on to my next stages and I want to take you along with me. All right? So here we have, let's see if I can get some better lighting. So here we have the, this is the cart, right? This is the ordering cart from Top Kayaker. And you can just see I've got stickers, I've got, handles, I've got the packs of the strap eyes, the other handles. You can probably read this along yourself. Hatch strap kits, foot race paddles, rails, and on and on. There was a few things at the end, so I had to take measurements. I had to make sure I've got my right clam cleat, which actually ended up being the clam cleat MIDI there, the MIDI, so that was very important. We're gonna go with probably matching the blue stripe with our scupper stoppers. We're gonna try and use 1 or 2 of them actually. Oh yeah, that's the rubber stopper to stop the rudder from going to side to side. Things like this, if you're working on this, you may be up on these same things. This sheave, which I'm going to show you actually, that's something that we're going to be searching for, and we've got some trouble there. And then the rudder rest kit also, kind of a problem. We've got a 4.5-inch hatch and it's no longer available. So as long as we're talking about things like this, here's my note for the client. So what I have done here is I have, you can probably pick up on that, I have polished this aluminum, and we're not going for show competition kayak or anything, but from the condition it was in, now you'll notice the difference, right? the wire wheel on the bench grinder. I've got some advisory information on that. This is a sheave, and this sheave has been monkeyed with. It has had this, whatever it might be, glued to it. I've got the whole assembly for the hatch and the rest stop in this bag, along with the line, which makes the rudder go up and down. But this sheave is a real problem. We can't get the line out of it, and until we can't get the line out of it, we can't really replace it. And right now we don't have a replacement, so we're just leaving as is. I just finally polished the aluminum foot pedals, and I'm using my hands on this because I'm about to clear coat them. So here's just some of the other parts, right? Got them all nice and cleaned up, polished, and ready for clear coat. So what I did was I just gave them a real nice bath in some 70% IPA straight up. This is my this is my special Corona killer. I decided to put a date on here as I was wiping down the door handles and every other surface of my house. So, and if you're watching this in a long time frame, trust me, 2020 was really no fun, I'm sure you would all be remembering. So this is actually a marine grade Action Clear high performance marine clear coat, and this is what you want to use if you want to really protect your aluminum after going through the problem of polishing them to a pretty high degree. You want to protect that metal work, whatever you're working on, whether it be a boat or a car or anything at all. You want to protect after polishing. So that's just the way to go. Clear coat, and then here we have the this is the clear coat, actually, excuse me, and this is the quick cure top coat. So I'm going to be doing a combination of these, and I'm going to be getting these ready to put back on the kayak when we see the kayak. Now, if you're wondering about polishing aluminum, I've got some news for you. So I picked up 2 kits on Amazon. As you can see, brand spanking new. Might be able to use that as a code. You might not, but if you look up felt wool metal polishing pads on Amazon, you will see that you can get them in sizes for a drill, as you write drill in there. And I found this set, and this is a complete set then, all of these. So you've got all kinds of different shapes, sizes, cones, flat where you can get on edge, smaller ones, and even little baby ones to fit in places. I actually found that this pad, which you want to make sure that you have your drill only spinning in the clockwise direction if you were looking like this, or it will unscrew itself, so you can't change direction. You have to kind of maneuver it. But this pad with these type of blocks, and this is my client's set here, which has much bigger blocks than mine. So you start out, I was going black, then brown. Yeah, I was going black, brown, and white. And I was achieving pretty good results with a high-speed drill and with these blocks. you can really get a lot of great work. I also used some things on the bench grinder like these. This is an extra set he's got. I was getting some metal gouging, which is the side of the rudder. I decided to try and balance it out and even it out, and I was getting some pitting and rutting, listen to me, in the rudder. So be very careful of that. Don't apply a lot of pressure. I kind of applied too much pressure, and I tried to smooth it all out, and I made it, I don't know if I made it a little worse, but anyway, I probably would second think that, and I did on the other side and didn't get too aggressive with it. As far as actual polishes after you use something like the blocks, I have found for this particular application, this white diamond, I know you can get this at the big box stores. I may have mentioned this before. I know lighting is kind of really shining from my camera, but anyway, this stuff is absolutely amazing, and this is what it will look like when you first buy it, and it will be separated. You'll see probably a section that tall on this, and don't worry, you just have to really keep shaking this stuff up a lot. And they made an improvement in the cap since my old bottle, which always squirted every time you opened and closed it. Now they have a much nicer cap and a way to dispense the product. So mine is kind of yellowed and older. Don't worry about that. If yours is, still works great. And for the final polishing, hand polishing and machine polishing, I went that route. I think I may have jumped, but these are the smaller set is for Dremel, so you can get Dremel use for really tight areas if you have tight areas, and the drill for larger areas. I think I kind of jumped forward on that. Anyway, and the only other thing I think I wanted to tell you about was, yeah, your standard bench grinder. I had to take this wheel off, so it was not secured enough. So as I started to polish with this, it was not spinning, and so I had to take my client's bench grinder kind of apart, and I was using the wire wheel that I showed you before on this, and it also was just kind of stopping. There's something that's not tightened up on the axle, and so if you put too much pressure, it was stopping. But I will say that this, for this certain type of metal that the rudder and all those parts are made of, which is, maybe an aluminum, maybe a stainless steel, maybe some sort of composite material, you can push too hard with those wire wheels and get yourself into real trouble. So you could go lightly to get a little bit of surface rust or corrosion, oxidation off, but don't sit there and grind on it unless you want that dimpled kind of pitted effect. So yeah, we've got all kinds of fun stuff in here as a replacement to the original Kayak area. We've got all kinds of boards and all kinds of fun with the SUP SUP board. So I think I covered where I wanted to take us at this point. My workshop area is, again, very comfortable in the middle of summer in Florida. I think it's supposed to be 107 on the a relative scale today, so I'm glad I'm in here working. And I think that's it. So I want to thank you very much for hanging in there with me. I hope that you're kind of picking up some tips, some tricks, some ideas of what you want to do as you get into your kayak restoration, if that's what you're into, or maybe you're just into kayaks, or maybe you stumbled upon this thinking that it was, some sort of comedian channel. Doesn't even make much sense. But it's definitely not. It's it's me trying to show everyone that You know, you can do a full kayak restoration. It depends on how deep you want to get into it. I know that, you know, sometimes you look at a few steps, or you start to think about, you know, all the pieces and parts and everything to replace, and broken hatches and straps and cables, and a mountain of, see if I can, mountain of cleats and all kinds of hardware and rails. But you know, if you just take it a step at a time, you will be just fine with it. So, whoops, sorry about that. So, anyway, I do thank you for being with me. I will have part 5 upcoming, probably once we get the kayak together and are back at the shop, and then I'll probably do you know, 1 or 2 more videos, probably you know, things to encounter while putting your kayak back together, maybe a video or 2 there, and then probably a final product where you know, maybe we show the kayak fully done and outside on the water or something. So anyway, thanks for being with me as always. Hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate the analytics for my channel, with the thumbs up, with the comments, with the shares, with the notification bells being hit, ding, and you will then get upcoming videos. And please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. So I thank you for being with me, and until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. And that's the official flip side.